There's no better way for your audience to connect with you than through a video podcast. That's why today you'll learn how to record, edit, and publish your video podcast all in one platform. It's Podcastle. I'm Amy. Let's get started. First, log into your Podcastle account or sign up through Google Chrome. Once you're signed in and ready to share your story with the world, select Recording Studio. You can also enter the recording studio by selecting Create Recording. From here, title your recording. We'll call this one The Ultimate Wizards Masterclass. Select Video and click Next. Update your display name, add your title if you'd like, double check your microphone and your camera. You'll also want to select whether or not you're using headphones. If you're recording with guests, here's the first place that you can copy the studio link. Once you're ready to start, click Join Studio. In just a moment, we'll go over how to edit whatever on your mind into a cohesive package. But first, let's break down the rest of the recording system. If you forgot to send the link to your guests on the previous page, no worries, you can copy it here, or feel free to send it to your guests via email. Once all guests are in the studio and you're ready to roll, just click that red record button. Don't worry, you'll get a 5-second countdown before the recording begins to take care of any last-minute primping. If you're recording an episode and need to stop for a bit, whether it's to get food or make sure your dog hasn't destroyed your new rug, just click stop at the bottom, confirm your selection, and start back up again whenever you're ready. You can also invite a guest from inside the project by clicking on the guest button in the bottom right-hand corner. Here, you can copy the studio link or send them an email. The screen share feature is a great tool to show visuals and data, or if you're like me, maybe you just want to show off a really cute picture of your dog. When you're ready to stop recording, click the red stop button and confirm your selection. Make sure your recording upload reaches 100% before closing your browser or leaving the studio. Once you're done, it's time for the exciting part, editing. This is the part where you get to reinforce your brand and cut all of the fat off your episode. Once you've left the recording studio and are ready to edit, you'll be taken directly to your recording. To jump right in, just click Edit Video. Or if you want to edit at a later time, you can access your new recording under the Recordings tab. To begin editing, select Edit Video. If you've made it this far in the video and you've only just realized that none of this applies to you because your podcast is audio only, check out our tutorial on audio podcast editing here. For video editing, the first thing that you'll see is the sizing options. This will allow you to match the size of your video to whichever format suits you best. If you're focused on Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts, select 9:16. However, most creators will probably be served by the traditional 16:9 ratio. Before we get to those other tabs, let's trim the recording to cut out any unneeded segments or some of those awkward pauses you might have. Take this recording, for example. There's a part in here where I take a sip of water that I want to get rid of. To do this, I'm first going to split the segment. Here, we can slide the clip to make it shorter or longer, or delete it entirely. And if you make a mistake, don't worry, just click the undo button located in the top left-hand corner. Moving back to the sidebar, underneath the sizing options, you'll find the layout selector feature, which is perfect for if you had guests on your podcast. Here, you can choose between 4 different screen layouts that will position you and your guest in different ways. Alternatively, you can select the dynamic speaker feature. This allows Podcastle to automatically show the current speaker and is a great way of boosting the production value of your podcast. Below the size and layout tab, you'll find the subtitle menu. Select your language and your font, and Podcastle will automatically generate subtitles to display throughout your video. You can also choose to add your logo and any custom text you'd like. And finally, we have the lower thirds. This is another fantastic tool for when you have guests on your show. Remember the name and title that was entered when you joined the recording studio? This is where you can update information to be as silly or as serious as you want. It's also great if someone had a typo when entering their name, or they just want to adjust their title. If you want to change the speed of the recording, click the playback speed button underneath the video viewer. You can speed it up or slow slow it down, feel like you're in the Matrix and everything, but it has a very specific use case that I'll get into in another video. The remainder of the tricks I'm going to show you can be found under the Wonder button. Yes, that is right, my friends, the sparkly star in the bottom right corner that holds the key to all of our AI video tools. Let's go through and show how to use them. Cinematic blur is the first option, and it does exactly what you think, providing that depth and focus that you find in Hollywood movies. Select which guest you'd like to add the blur to and click apply. Thanks to Podcastle's AI, cinematic blur doesn't require any finicky sliders or any messing around. See the difference? The next AI tool is our AI video enhancer, which, while sounding not quite as cool, is a fantastic way to upgrade your camera quality without having to shell out a couple thousand for a new camera. Now, Podcastle also has both a video to text and a video to audio feature, with the former allowing you to automatically transcribe your podcast and add subtitles, which is perfect for promotion on Instagram Reels or on TikTok. And if you're feeling unhappy with your camera setup, or maybe you're having a bad hair day, you can convert your video podcast to audio while you're on your way to the hairdresser. The final option is Magic Dust AI, but to be honest, that has more to do with audio editing. We have a full video on audio editing here, so check it out if you want to enhance your audio quality. Once you're done editing, click Export to download and save the file to your computer. If you plan on posting your content on YouTube or other video sharing platforms, you'll use this downloaded file to upload back to the platform of your choice. Now that you've edited your video podcast, it's time to publish the audio right to Podcastle. Thankfully, Podcastle makes this super easy for you. To do this, you'll need to exit out of the editor and back to your homepage. Here, you'll find the My Shows tab. Click on it and select Create a Show. First, name your show and add a description for it. Keep in mind that this will be shown to any listener who accesses your show on Podcastle, so make sure it grabs their attention. Next, categorize your show by selecting a few tags from the list. Indicate whether or not your podcast is explicit and click Next. Time for cover art. For now, I'm going to use that super cute photo of my dog from earlier. Select Finish. And boom, you have a podcast, my friend. To add an episode right away, click Create an Episode. Name your episode and include your episode description. Here is where you'll upload the edited podcast that you exported earlier. For your episode cover art, feel free to use something unique for the specific episode or stick to your overall branding image. Categorize the show by adding in your tags, indicate the episode type, confirm that content type, and click Finish. And there you have it. You've now recorded, edited, and published your very first video podcast for the rest of the world to enjoy. And if you feel like you're ready for a wider audience, you can copy the RSS code from the top right corner of your show and follow the steps from Spotify or Apple to upload to their hosting platforms. I promise it's super easy. If you want access to those fancy AI features that I mentioned earlier, use the promo code in the description below for 50% off your first month of the Podcastle Pro plan. And if you have any questions, comment down below or email support@podcastle.ai. Thanks for watching and see you next time.